Hey guys, it's Adu. I'm back again with a video, and it's been a while. It's been a while since I've been in front of this camera making a video. I guess you could say I'm in the thick of summer. I've just been like doing up, outings, outings with friends, outings with my church, just kind of like being outside, not in the city girls manner, but in the holy girl manner. But I guess I'm happy to be back. I guess I'm back better, and what this video is going to be on today is something that I've been contemplating for a while now. And the reason why I've just been contemplating over this, because this is equivalent to showing you guys my diary. Okay, what I'm talking to you guys about is my Wattpad library. Okay, my book library on the Books app or on the Kindle app, that's even, that's not an easy feat to share with, even friends. Okay, but Wattpad, that's a different ball game. My Wattpad library has not changed since I left the app as a young teenager. As a young teenager, do you want to know the books I was reading on Wattpad? That is something that most people would take to their grave. Most people would not share with the public as I'm doing, but I guess I'm not like everybody else. I'm so corny. I don't know if anyone really has done this kind of video, but what I intend to do with it is kind of like, like them, I think Vogue does it on their YouTube channel, What's in My Bag, and they have a bunch of celebrities just come up seated. There's that other channel that does it, I forgot what it's called, but they just have, like I said, a bunch of celebrities seated and just sharing with you guys what's in their bag. Like, please, I don't believe that's what you have in your bag. I don't believe it. If your bag is not messy, if I don't see old receipts, if I don't see sweets, bits and bobs, just even crumbs, then that's not your bag. That's not that's not accurate. Like some of these celebrities will really just like sit there and just lie to you. But that's not me today. I'm going to share with you guys the raw, unfiltered truth about what's in my Wattpad library. So make sure you get your popcorn and stay tuned. Okay, so I've got my phone and I'm going to be obviously looking down as I'm looking through my Wattpad library, and I'm going to share with you guys what comes to mind when I see certain books. Get ready for the chaos, because it's going to be chaotic. Okay, so I'm now going to click the app. I'm going to access the app. Haven't in a while. They have updated the image. This is not how it used to look. I guess it's for the theme. It's fitting for the seasonal theme, summer. You got a swimming pool. You see the logo in the swimming pool. Okay, so let's click into the app now. Wow, okay,
One eternity later.
Sorry guys, I had to sign in because I haven't used it in years, so. Okay, so we're finally in, and obviously I'm in the home page, let's actually access my library. Okay. So as you can see, all these books are I can't access them because Wattpad, I don't know what year it started this horrible idea, but you have to now pay for access to certain reads. I mean, I guess more money for the creators, but okay. Whatever happened to generosity? Anyway. Okay, so what I do see here is the 2 books available offline. Let me click this one, Like No Other by Daytul Donna. I've never been able to say this author's name, but she all day. They did their big one, honestly, with this, because like I was so into this book. I don't know what it was. In fact, this book, yeah, guys, this book was the book that had me obsessed with a certain celebrity. Like, and the thing is that before this book, I never really paid much attention to the celebrity. I didn't listen to his songs like that. I only knew like one or two, and I didn't think much of him. But when you actually, certain fan fictions, right, like this one, they can actually make you deep or make you develop an attraction towards a celebrity. Now, I'm talking about Trey Songz. I know this is a bit weird because I've heard certain things about him as of late. Not even as of late, since when, I don't know, I can give you a year, but I've been hearing weird things about the guy. This was a fanfic, and he was the male protagonist, and what really was the same about the actual Trey Songz and this character was basically the first name, I believe, and the physical characteristics of Trey Songz. You know, this character called Trey, he was honestly just like a boss man. Like, he was really attractive. I can't lie. One thing I really liked about his character was the way he was so obsessed with Emma. You know, he was really obsessed with her, and like I've told you guys multiple times in my videos, I love a guy who is obsessed. Like, when I say obsessed, like, he can't even, it's like no other woman exists but his female counterpart, the woman he loves, basically, period. Like, there's no other. His eyes don't wander, and if they do, then he's gonna feel that conviction in his heart, mate. You know, Emma was his, and Trey was Emma's. Okay, so their story was honestly interesting. Like, you know, I don't know if I'm recommending this book, but I mean, I guess I am through showing you guys this video. But yeah, it's a good book, and it's really like interesting. Like, it goes into the backstory of Emma. She has gone through it, you know, she has gone through it, mate, and I couldn't even express to you how much she has gone through, what she has gone through, because there's so much, mate. There's just so much. There's so many layers to her character. There's so many things that she has not even shared, and half of the book is in her POV. Imagine that. You learn certain things about her at the end of, when you get to the end of the book, and I love that. I love the unreliable narrator. I love the narrator that doesn't really share with you guys the whole truth, because do we ever really do that? Even when we pose as the narrator, as the truth teller, there's no such thing, guys. But yeah, like no other, this is a good memory. This is a good, you know, flash to the past. Yeah, a blast to the past, or whatever they say. Now, Sarah White, I don't really remember anything about this book. As you can see, even I barely read it, so like, yeah, I didn't even recognize the name, mate. I don't remember this book. But okay, so Wattpad originals. Now, let me tell you, through my window, I only came across this book after I heard that the Spanish Netflix series was based on the Wattpad original story. So I'm not an OG for this, and to be honest, I'm happy I'm not, because the movies was horrible, and I even believe that Harry Styles was the I don't want to say model, but like, he was the character inspo basically for Ares. Yeah. Okay, so moving on from through my window, Raw and True. Now let me tell you guys, this is one Wattpad original story that I really wished I had read. I never got to reading it because I didn't have the funds, mate. I didn't have the funds. The cover of it just looks so amazing. I'm proud to say I have this in my library, in my Wattpad library. Okay, so I don't remember this, and it says I read everything.
don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing.
Yeah, guys, I don't remember this. I'm reading the blur. The name Lacey Mason sounds familiar. Okay, so now let's get into some of these that at least spark some memory. Okay, so obviously Isabel Ronin, Chasing Red, and Spitfire in Love. These books, I literally have them on my shelf. I can't be asked to take it down. But let me tell you, the very first time I went to the States, which was like probably 2018, I made sure to go to their famous this famous bookstore in the States. I don't know if they have it here also, but it's called Barnes & Noble. And I made sure to buy both Chasing Red and Always Red. I didn't buy Spitfire in Love. I guess I didn't see that, or maybe because I didn't have the funds. But Spitfire in Love was good. Spitfire in Love was good. And just Chasing Red, I remember loving it. Honestly, I remember loving it. I remember this book, Local Flavor. This was good. I love me a book about, with the character protagonist. It could be the male protagonist or the female protagonist. Either one of them are in some kind of profession that honestly I have no idea about. So this guy, he was the chef. He was a chef in this novel, and honestly, just the beauty, the combination of romance with food. Honestly, I'm a food person, so you sold me already. You know, you sold me with that already. So I just love novels like this. It doesn't have to be a chef, but any profession that is just not the norm, that is not typical. Basically, if either your protagonists are in a profession that is, like I said, different from majority, okay, then I'm gonna be sat and I'm gonna be reading, okay? I'm gonna enjoy it. And as you can see, I read this to the end, so I must have enjoyed this. I remember enjoying it, honestly. Okay, oh my days, guys, this is the book that honestly I just love. Like, I love this book. Oh my gosh. Alex and Elias, Cheater, Faker, Troublemaker. Guys, if you know this author, I beg you get her to watch this video, because I'm about to give her the best butt kissing there is. She did her big one with this. Honestly, I love this book. I remember just loving it. As you can see, it's almost finished. You can see the orange all the way to the end. I pretty much ate up this book. The cover is not my favorite though. I don't know, she must have changed it. I don't really like covers like this, you know, but besides that, this book was honestly great. I wished she had kept the original, just for the sake of this video, just for the sake of like nostalgia really. But this book was good, and she did a part 2 for it. She did a sequel to it, and it was good. Okay, so now I did not read part 2 of this, but if any of you guys know who Urban Queen is, okay, if any of you guys know who that author is on Wattpad, then you guys are real ones. Then you guys really are real ones, and then that means that you guys and I, we need to link up, and we need to have coffee, and we need to just be sat, seated, and just talking about our favorite Wattpad books, because I know we have a lot in common. Okay, if you've read Urban Queen, oh, she had fire in her pen. Her pen game was fire. Okay, as you can see, I've read Her Eyes book 1, and let me tell you this, okay, she put me through it. That was a roller coaster. As you can see, I only read Her Eyes book 1. I didn't read the second because I said I don't want to go through trauma. I said no to trauma. And most of you guys out here listening to this, watching this video, say no to trauma, because you don't have to go through it again, okay? Once is enough, please. Okay, so if you guys grew up on Wattpad back in the day, then hopefully you know this book. Faith, Joe PR, I never could say this author's name, but she was really good. Her pen game, oh my gosh. I might be bugging because I was a kid, guys, but let me live in the nostalgia. Let me just, you know, live in the nostalgia. This book was so juicy. I believe the girl was called Rihanna, you know, not bad girl Riri, but she was Rihanna, and she was, honestly, she went through trauma. She went through a lot, honestly. You know, as you can see in the tags, there's the typical mandatory bad boy tag there. Enemies to lovers, that's what it was. I believe the guy was called Lexus, that's what the guy was called. Teen fiction. Yeah, guys, this, I don't remember it being, yeah, you can see Lexus there. A manipulator of mystery. There was all sorts of mysteries going on. There was all sorts of things just going on in this book, guys, that I can't even tell you whether it was good. I don't think I'd obviously get back to reading it. Most of these books I won't get back to reading because, like, they should just stay in the past, okay? That's what they're here for. At least some of them, okay? At least some of them. This book by Urban Queen, once again, this book is one that I'm not leaving in the past. I don't care if, you know, if I've outgrown it, because it is it's not really high school, it's like, I would say coming of age, you know. They do start off as kids and then you see them progress into their adulthood, right? You see them progress into their adulthood, and they honestly, Takashi, I know not Takashi 6ix9ine, but Takashi and Torin, that, oh my gosh, Torin was my girl. She, oh my gosh, man, she had bipolar, she had schizophrenia, she had it bad, guys. And the way it manifested in her childhood to the way it even manifested so drastically in her adulthood, this was just so sad. It was so sad. And like, it's like we're so focused on how her mental illness is so prevalent in her character, but we almost forget that Takashi, he had his own mental illness too. He was there pointing the finger saying, no, Torin is this, Torin is that, she's crazy, she's this, she's that, you know. No, you're crazy too, and it's okay. It's okay. He had his own mental illness too. And at the end of the book, honestly, you cry because I cried. You end up crying because, like, these are two people who went through life together, even if at one point they were just split apart due to circumstances, okay? They still were not so far apart, basically, because eventually they came back together. They crossed paths together. Guys, this book was just a roller coaster, and it was funny as well. It was funny. Honestly, I love Urban Queen for this, and this is the cover that I remember. So the nostalgia is real. I just love this book. You see, I did have my, you know, I didn't read it, but this is a Harry Styles fanfic. Yeah, I did not read this. Some of them I didn't read, I'm gonna be real. Okay, but I did read this. And this is by Daytona again, 1900s, Black royalty. Personally, it wasn't as good as her other book, like no other, but I did enjoy this. Once again, Trey Songz was the character inspo. He was the, you know, he was the face, but he was not the actual Trey Songz. So drop your weapons, okay? But yeah, this was another Trey Songz. Guys, I don't know what is wrong with me. I don't know what is wrong with me. Because I'm gonna be real, I wasn't crazy about Trey Songz. Wattpad, the fanfics made me interested. It was the way they wrote his characters, because obviously, like I said, he wasn't actually, it was just based off his looks. That's all. That's where the similarities ended, okay? It wasn't bar for bar, word for word Trey Songz. No, it wasn't. Oh my days, not the god complex. Guys, this video is gonna be long. But I'm gonna end it here. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here. If you guys enjoyed this video, comment down below and share with me whether you want a part 2, because honestly, I'm happy to give you guys a part 2. I thought this would be very uncomfortable, and it low-key is, because like, you guys are seeing my interest manifested in the kinds of books that I had in my Wattpad library, you know. And it's not too shameful, basically, other than the multiple Trey Songz fanfics, you know. Guys, the guy was just good looking. What can I say? And I was a kid, okay? You live and you learn, okay? So like I said, comment down below and share with me whether you want a part 2, whether you're into this kind of series, you know, making it regular, basically. I'm happy to do that. Honestly, I'm really giddy, I'm excited. But yeah, I actually had fun with this. So remember to like and subscribe, and to check out my other videos, guys. Peace.